and configure my settings. So
Yeah, everything's good.
No, you're good. Yeah, you sound better than usual.
Windows 11 is not me.
Hey, whatever it takes.
Sound extra smooth. It's like sexy Cesar. It's like
It's like Melinda coming through in her settlement. Sexy Cesar. Wait a minute. What is normal Cesar?
They just funding all their money just to give me better sound on the
Yeah.
podcast for our three
Pretty
listeners. That is
Sporty
just us.
Cesar.
Sounds like those late night infomercials. Sexy Cesars are waiting for your call now.
Because Sporty Cesar, Baby Cesar, Posh Cesar, they all went to bed. They're not available anymore.
Oh man,
the Cesar
disease.
Awards. Speaking of the Cesar Awards, Sauermano got cut. He got sent back down to AAA. Every time I see that, I do a double take. Like, wait, what? Is that his day job? Is Gamatsu
I mean,
not his
there's
day
times
job?
when he doesn't get enough tweets in there in time. I'm wondering. I'm like, oh, he
Yeah,
just blood.
he's
He
playing
bloods it. Like,
baseball.
oh, he must have played a game.
He's playing minor league baseball. Oh man, this is gonna be a good one. I got a good feeling. Cesar says clothing is
The
required.
only thing that like my leg is killing me because I was on the treadmill running today, and then I got a damn Charlie horse, and I was like, man, I know what those dogs feel like now. I was like, I had to get off the.
That's so stupid. Let it go.
I had to
Let
get
the
off the
dogs
treadmill
go.
and look for a banana and get some water, man, because it's like it was bad. I was mid run, like 30 minutes in. I had 10 minutes left, and it's like it just destroyed my calf.
Let the dogs go. They are trained professionals. They don't get Charlie horses. You're an amateur. You're on a treadmill. It's not even a real running environment, and you're not
Those
prepared.
poor bastards.
You're not
I know they're
nutritionally-
paying now. Those poor bastards.
You're not prepared nutritionally. You don't have the right amount of hydration. Everything's in shambles. Don't compare yourselves to the dogs. They're the true winners here.
I know they're paying.
The dogs with the Charlie horses.
That out of all the pain I had on that treadmill as I was running. That was the first thought that came to my mind was like, I know how they feel now. That was it.
Dog pain. You felt the dog pain?
Felt the dog pain, Charlie horse style. Yeah.
Gotta pull up Brant's news. Brant, I saw you in there editing live. It was pretty freaky.
Oh, I got to log in everything again. Fuck, that was the worst thing that ever happened to me. This sucks.
It's just like an upgrade.
God. I'm sitting here like trying to log into Spotify. I was like, what was that again? What did I do? How many free accounts did I create so I can get free music for like 2 months?
Remember the Gmail account me, you, and Russell created just to watch that boxing match like 5 years ago?
The one we were going around on Twitch that kept getting banned every 5 seconds?
Yeah.
Like we just kept jumping channels because it'll last for like 10 minutes?
People would have it in the background. Was that Twitch at that point, or was that Justin TV we were still trying to tune in on?
It was Twitch still, yeah.
It was Twitch.
I think that might have been before Amazon bought them, though.
Brant, we got this wild hair. None of us are like boxing fans, but this was like the fight of the century or something. Was it Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather? Is that what was that the thing?
So. It was his first boxing match. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, we were trying to get. What were we trying to do? Just get a weird, free trial through somebody possibly. So we created this bogus email address to try to get to sign into all these different accounts, or we didn't want to get our normal accounts banned. Maybe that was it.
Did we end up watching it on the Xbox with the Edge browser? That sounds familiar. I don't think we did it on the Twitch app because we were worried. I think we ended up doing it on the Edge browser.
And we watched it. It was flawless. Whatever we found was flawless. Oh, it was great. And it worked. Y'all know what apps are compatible, what platforms are compatible with Sling? Somebody's asking me. Is it Roku?
Roku's one, yes.
Maybe Apple TV?
Android, yes. Apple, yes.
Android TV?
I would imagine most everything is.
He's saying PlayStation doesn't have the app.
No, PlayStation doesn't have shit. That's why. It doesn't have any live service at all on PlayStation unless it's Hulu and maybe YouTube TV. I think those are the only two they got running live. That's the easy one I can answer for you.
Yeah. Maybe that'll help. He's looking for it on PlayStation.
I think they had it.
We got
They
two
may have
viewers.
had it on. Was he on PS5 or PS4?
PS4.
They may have had it one time at PS4, but they balanced a lot of that out. So
I talked this individual into getting Gran Turismo Sport. He hasn't played one since PS3. He logs in every day to get his free car. He's like, what is this game? I'm trying to explain like service games to him. He's getting in there though. He's getting his cars. I'm trying to pull up all the news real quick here. Game Pass games.
all right, I'm in there. I got it. I'm in the drive, and it didn't ask me for passwords.
It should.
It didn't.
I'm gonna turn on two-factor.
It asked me for a password for my fucking Spotify, but like Twitter and Google Drive, it just let me in there.
NOFODcast or your own?
NOFODcast.
Oh hell, we can't stand for this. We only have one person on there. Did everyone pull up their feeds?
I did.
Hold on,
I'm on it right now.
Me too. We still only have one.
Are you on yours and not?
Yes.
Well,
I'm already logged in Twitch. I don't
I'm
know.
looking at it right here.
Are you doing the right sneaky version? I'm just looking at Restream because I assume Restream pulls in all the
There's
feeds
two of
because
us
that's
there.
what we use it for.
It's one of us is not there, so. It's here.
I'm looking at it right here.
I'm messing with you. The numbers are always off, but when we get that report at the end, it always seems to be right. So I'm not sweating it. Oh, please don't! Why would you do? Why would you do that?
Oh, more?
Yes, let me
More?
Let me shoot compressed air into the. How else
Mic
can
check.
I torture you? Mic check. Yeah, it's dust free now.
Check
We hear
1,
you
2.
in-
There you go. I got you, Brent. Hold on. There we go.
Richard, you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
I just did. How could you top that? All right, I see two people now.
Good.
Cesar tighten up. Cesar's looking at his wall like he's Batman.
I got like monitors everywhere, so I'm like.
There's a meme on the CRT gaming thread where it's like, you see this stack of CRTs. It looks like my wall over there, and it's like, here's how we look. Here's how we think we look, and it's Michael Keaton. He's looking at Alfred from when Alfred was coming to talk to him in the Batcave, and there's this wall of like PVMs and BVMs behind it. And
Hey,
it's like, here's how we think we look.
You should be excited, man. They're bringing back the best Batman. So
They are bringing back
Yep.
the best Batman. He's gonna be in what, The Flash?
yeah,
Is that where he's showing up at?
Flashpoint, I think.
I liked Michael Keaton. He was great. Or was it Burton? Was it more Michael Keaton, or was it that Burton atmosphere?
I don't know.
that
He
you
left
like?
when Burton left, so
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got, what was it? Schumacher was the next one.
next two.
The next two. He did both of those.
Yeah. He just changed Batman
didn't-
each time because
I didn't hate those.
they're just very. They're very comic booky. So I mean
They were summer blockbusters. Like that's what you showed up for, you know.
What?
I didn't hate them. I like Alicia Silverstone though. So
I finally got my
That's part of it.
Akari Masu Kanjo wall scroll in. Just came in.
what is that?
Rent a girlfriend.
Does that have something to do with Batman?
No, I just thought about it because
Okay.
it's just flapping at me, and then Brand's favorite character, Mommy's right there.
Oh,
I got lost in the segue.
fuck mommy.
Mommy
this
is
is a-
Alicia Silverstone.
No.
This is a Chizuru household.
Yeah.
We
Chizuru.
support Chizuru.
What's Cheesy do?
Chizuru and damn, I can't remember her name. All of a sudden, the silent one.
The one we got at the very end of the season.
Yes,
Have like 2 episodes.
she's cute as hell.
The silent one.
You know who does her voice acting, right? It's Megamine does her voice acting.
Awesome.
The Japanese one at least.
Yeah.
The English one's a different.
Cesar, we're losing you. It's like you're underwater again.
There's nothing I can do. It is what it is.
Yeah, he sounds okay,
that
but
was
he
better?
sounds like he's a little bit farther. But it's fine.
I literally changed no settings. I don't know what to tell you. So
As long as it
Maybe
doesn't.
I'm looking at the delay. I'm watching OBS, so maybe it was the delay that was built in. Because you sound fine now.
Maybe there's some
What
dust
is
in the
this?
microphone.
I don't know. No,
Here.
I literally the days of me panicking and just changing stuff is I don't do that anymore. It's like unless I sound like shit completely this whole time, then I'm not changing shit. So
No, we always help troubleshoot. We got our 3 people. Brant, when did you join? This is episode 170. When did you? Do you remember your first one?
116 or 17, I believe. I'm not 100%. It could have been a little earlier. It could have been a little later, but I'm pretty sure it was around that point.
About to say it was that far into the hundreds.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, you should have hired a NOFODcast historian, and we wouldn't have this shit.
You're the NOFODcast historian.
Absolutely not.
Why is there
He
confusion?
doesn't want that title. I didn't ever ask for this.
God, I hate the new SoundCloud Insights thing. It used to be so great before. Then they took the dedicated app away and they lumped it into the main one. It's like, how can I tell
We're tapping out after this year, right?
on SoundCloud?
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. We just need a better option than, all right, dues are due. Next week they're going to cut us off. Well, who's going to host us? I'm okay with it. It's just the legwork getting into, and we're just going to have to like dedicate a day to figure out that stuff.
So I literally just looked at Play Asia, and I was like, why did they retweet my name in there? Apparently there's somebody on Twitter with Cesar M20, and it's called Cesar the Soldier. I'm about to fight this guy. There can only be one of
Take
us.
him out.
He's in,
You have to destroy
he's
him.
in Brooklyn, New York. I got to go over there. He knows jiu-jitsu. He's a purple belt.
Tweet at him. There can only
I
be
got to
one.
train.
There can only be one. See you at the Cesar Awards, bitch.
I'm freaking 37. He's 23. Yeah.
We didn't know it was like WrestleMania. Holy crap. Where's all of our podcasts?
And I went to the next tweet in his line, and is completely not safe for work. I'm already off the Twitter.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right, duck out. If you have to duck out, duck out.
I'm sitting there like, why is my name on here being retweeted? I'm like, what the fuck?
All right, Brant, you weren't here for 100, right?
Don't worry, Brand. I
don't
replied.
think so.
I replied on there with no context and just said, "Let's go, bitch."
yes.
He'll figure it out. Yeah, he'll figure it out.
Then there's that. Man, I stopped doing show notes
Yeah, you stopped
over a
doing-
year ago.
You stopped doing show notes quite a while ago.
February 18th, 2020 was the last time. Well, the episode before that is the one I did. Wow. Well, this episode title aged well, didn't it? Join Cesar and Richard as they try to simul-record the show and watch the Super Bowl. I miss doing that. It's just like, man, I don't have the time. All right, Brant, your first one. Do you remember what the episode was called? Kmart Roy and Smash Brothers. June 20th, 2020. You've been doing it over a year. Shit.
Are you serious?
Yeah. June 20th. That was your first episode. I remember you being in Kmart Roy. Because Cesar couldn't make it. Cesar couldn't make it. And then the next one's called What the Hell is a Gobo? All right, man. You're deep. You're deep in now. Is that the majority of the episodes? Well, almost. You're the historian. Congratulations.
Son of a bitch. I've been downgraded yet again.
Look what you just won. That's below listener.
How do I keep getting downgraded?
Unless Richard canceled his order, we're officially on Poly Mega Watch.
Yeah. Are we adding that to the show or what?
I'm literally gonna get a Poly Mega T-shirt and just put an X through it, like Major League, and just gonna be that guy in the back, like never believes. They'll just blow it in the end. It'll be one day before, and they'll just push it back again.
Yeah.
This is it, man. If they don't do it this time, I'm canceling. So.
Yeah.
This is my last.
It's gotta come. It's gotta come, or I'm putting that money on a Mister. That money's already spent. It's not gonna be reallocated. It's just gonna go straight to the Mister. I'm getting a Mister, and I'm gonna call it a day.
I could leave it on layaway until the PSVR 2 comes out, and maybe use that on that. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Leave it on layaway.
We're
gonna talk about PSVR 2.
No, man, it's dumb. We paid this thing off when May of 2019.
I think it was 18. We were the first round of pre-orders.
I literally
so whatever
had to
that
go
is,
back
and I
and
know
like,
it's
we're gonna cover
2018.
everybody up to this day in 2020. It's like, man, did I pre-order before the dates were covered? I had to go back and look in my receipt.
Yes. We were in there. We were the first wave. And they sent Metal Jesus Rocks one like 2 years ago to review online.
They sent a few people some demo kits.
I wrote them a long ass email because they put out this whole ad campaign like, why do you deserve an early unit? Please tell us why. And I wrote this long ass thing. It was great. It was sewn up. But I know they just looked at, because they said attach your social media accounts, blah blah blah, and I used NOFODcast stuff.
Yeah, they looked at followers. They looked at yeah.
Yep.
They printed out
absolutely.
They print out your email and use it to wipe their ass.
That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like at this point. Because we would have paid off like 3 of them with interest at this point, right?
Either that, or they just had somebody go through every email and look for the contact information and Twitters and just like go and check like, oh, this person's got 20 followers. This person's got 100 followers. Oh, this person's got almost 1 million. Yeah, let's read their email. See what they say.
That's database info. They ran it through a filter and they got their top. If they had 100 units or whatever it was, they got that and filtered it down from there. And we never even made that first round.
I mean, don't feel bad. I got 2 games from Dispatch Games that I bring up every week, and they're both shoot 'em ups. And I bought those in 2018, and every week on Twitter I go on here and I just looked again. It's like something happens and they push it back again. And then they create more.
Did you get your?
Then they create a wait list orders to get for the people who cancel, so that they can just keep waiting longer with me.
It's a nightmare. That sucks.
I'm sitting here watching.
Did you get your?
I'm part of the train wreck. I'm on the train as we crash. I was like, yeah.
Did you get your Legend of Mana from PlayAsia yet?
Yes, I did.
I don't have mine still. I got my Famicom Mini today. It came in. Took that long.
I followed the tracker from FedEx, and for whatever reason, it hung out in Hong Kong for a while. So
they got to fill up that
my
container.
Things were in Mapleton. Do what?
When it's in Hong Kong, they got to fill up that container. They ain't gonna send one shipping container with one damn thing on it.
with my Legend of Mana.
Yeah.
And then in outside of that, Amazon Japan, I bought every version of Phoenix Wright, and that all came in. So
you got everything from Amazon Japan that fast?
Yeah, and I bought that came in like 2 days. I got every version of the new Ace Attorney game. So I was like,
I gotta watch y'all through Skype.
We may never get
through
again.
OBS, and there's a delay. No, we will. You supported, we will. Just like Tales of the Abyss that you brought back from the dead.
I didn't bring Croc back yet, though.
Oh, Croc 2 coming soon to Sega Saturn.
And you're a son of a bitch, because you sent me that thing for that Pabst Blue Ribbon, and now I get every fucking thing as a promoted tweet as them. And like, I'm interested in it. I'm looking at it right now where this wall blows up, and then there's just 2 people smiling and doing this, and then bleeding from the eyes from the coffee goes hard. I don't know what the fuck I'm watching.
Click it. Give us the ad revenue. We need it. Click it. Give it to us.
You tagged me in there now, like, this is one of our people who likes tongues and Pabst Blue hard coffee.
I'm like, what am I watching?
This one, they're crying it through the eyes. I was like, you don't even drink through the eyes. Why are they crying it out?
Oh God, where's that at? So Brent can have some content.
Oh Lord.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's bad.
I'm about to block them. It's like, I'm blocking Pabst Blue Ribbon. I'm about to block them right now.
Where is it? It's so bad.
I just blocked
them. I don't even see it anymore.
I can't see it anymore. It's gone.
You blocked them?
It says PBR coffee or something?
Yeah, it's hard coffee, but it's a commercial with like tongues and weird shit.
I'll just YouTube's it.
I can't find it. I tagged him in it on Twitter, and I guess Cesar clicked it, and it added him to the algorithm.
I didn't even put my age in the website. It asked me to confirm. I was like, nope.
You gave up after that?
I took the screenshot and put that as my response. I was like, all right, I ain't old enough for this shit.
Is this it? Ad block detected. Yes, I have an ad blocker up, bitch. I don't even know what it tastes like. I would try it, but that commercial was just so fucked up with all the tongues and weird shit that was happening.
Not necessary.
Yeah. All right, hold on. I got to get rid of some glucose so we can go live.
All right. Oh, God. No. Naze. Oh, there we go.
Fuck it. Ugh.
Do.
Did you find it, Brent?
No, I couldn't find it.
He doesn't need to
I'll
find
send it to you.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like hidden. Must be like a Twitter thing, because I don't see it on any searches.
Is it on Twitter?
It's on Twitter, yeah.
That's where I tagged them at. Brent, are you on Twitter?
Yeah.
I'll start tagging your ass. That's
I don't
right,
know
we looked
why
for
you
you
would.
before. So you can see these grotesque videos.
No,
I got sent
we found him on
everybody.
Twitter. Remember, it was like Brand McKee something, right? What was the guy's name?
Yeah.
Don't throw his handle out here.
Okay, why is the
Don't-
first
don't-
thing when I look up PBR is somebody's ass?
Okay, you're close. Just work your way up the body.
No, it wasn't our Brand McKee. It was some other Brand McKee. Remember?
Yeah, somebody else.
Yeah, it was.
Because remember, he didn't tweet for like 10 years, and you asked him if he was okay.
I did. I reached out to him and he never responded.
He's still there. Yeah, I don't think did he respond to you?
No, they never responded.
You know why? Because he's following 0 people and has 0 followers.
There it is. Please confirm your age. All right, I'm on iPad. How do I get this to Brant? Copy link. I'll put it in the show notes. Brant, you got to pull it up.
Hold
in the
on.
Show notes. No, don't activate your Twitter account on our accord.
It's you can look at me. You can at me.
All right, Brant, go in the show notes. It's in the show notes.
Or not. Yeah, okay. Let me see.
How do I at you? All right, we're live. We're not recording, but we're live. Do you want to throw that out there?
Like I care. I mean,
Go.
I can always block people.
You're at.
Brant McKee. Brant _ McKee.
Oh, that's the vital part.
I mean, like, shoot.
Oh God, dude, there's somebody from the Clippers asking us to trade Lou back. I'm laughing.
Sweet Lou.
Yeah, somebody replied under him was like, no.
Wait, are you at 3_ Brant?
Uh,
I typed in the right thing. They deactivated your account.
let me see.
Or you're like, Cesar, you don't exist.
Maybe I don't exist.
That says. All right, maybe
shit.
that's you. Here you are.
Brand McKee 3.
All
I
right.
see him on there.
No, see if this works. See if that's the
he's
right
riding a
account.
dirt bike.
He's riding- That's the one I checked on. Hey, are you okay? You still there?
Trade Lou.
Damn it.
We're keeping this PBR thing alive. That music's awesome. Oh, the music's amazing.
I didn't even listen to the music because I never have anything above mute, so
The music's incredible.
it's horrible. No.
Uh, oh shit. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, less than 300,000 units away from outselling Mario Kart Wii as the best-selling Mario Kart. That's awesome. They sold a shit ton of the Mario Kart Wii, and that's like my least played one. Have y'all put a lot of time in that one?
We had this conversation, man. Every time we try to start it up again, and I can't.
You can play with GameCube controller though.
It's not fun, man. We tried playing it, and we were like, nah, this is dumb. We tried, remember?
I want to go
We tried
back to
co-op.
it. It feels like a secret one. It feels like a secret one that I've never played. We just need to beat that one map on Double Dash.
Is it just?
Then we could be free
Oh, the
of our
fucking
ghosts.
volcano mountain bullshit.
Yeah, the Donkey Kong Mountain or whatever it was, where we got destroyed at the very end. Oh, that'd be a good live stream. More Mario Kart Double Dash.
Let's see.
What is that noise?
I am trying to remember fucking Twitter.
All right, we want to start while Brant figures that out.
Sure.
It's already 8:30. Let's get the show on the road. There's football on tonight, Cesar.
With Mason Rudolph and then Dwayne Haskins to finish it out. I'll be all right.
I know that's a rough lineup.
It's like no Big Ben, which I expect him not to play. So
the rapist of Milledgeville.
God. I still tell coworkers about that, and they still laugh about that. And they're like, oh, "I guess it's true." Nobody tries to defend him or anything like that. They're like, "Yeah, that checks out."
Yeah, that's it. Sure. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Hard coffee.
What the hell?
Told you not to search it, man.
Hard coffee.
That's
And why did you tag me back in there? The tweets from account you blocked. I can't see it anyway, so I'm good. I did it for my mental health.
You
I
blocked
blocked
me.
the account.
You blocked PBR.
I blocked PBR.
Hard coffee.
CCR is better, anyways.
CCR is better than PBR. I'll be working in hard coffee. Y'all just get ready for it. Hard coffee. Oh, it's pretty good stuff. Brant's still staring at it. It's been over for like 30 seconds. Brant's just staring at it.
Don't think too much about it. I literally just threw it on my mind as soon as I saw it. I was like, what?
Yeah, right. You clicked the link and then they asked you for your age. What are you talking about?
And I did not put the age. I should have put on there I was underage, and then they would have been like, never send promoted stuff to this guy. So
soft coffee. All right, let's go. Let's get a lead in and hit the ground running.
Well, PBR wasn't enough.
That's close. Hard coffee.
I mean, who's that for?
people that
I would
want
try it.
coffee.
If I could find it, I would buy some.
Yeah, but
They're
what is the caloric content in that? I'm not. That's what does things for me.
We all know there's a subset of people who wake up and they're like, I need coffee and I need a drink. It fits that person. I'm not saying any of us are that person.
It makes more sense if somebody calls me for some bullshit and it's like 10 p.m. at night, I might need that to keep going. Because they know my go-to Jaeger bombs is worse.
Yeah. Wait a minute. I'll help you out. First, I need a shot of hard coffee.
And start wagging my tongue in the air.
It was morbid.
your tongue comes out of your body.
I'll just ask my friends, like, just pour it in my tongue. I can't drink it. This is how they promote it. It's the only way we can consume the product.
Looks like one of those art doll things that you draw. The still character.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's actually in the news. I just saw it now. That makes sense. Okay.
Hard coffee.
PBR, son of a bitch.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 170 of the NOFODcast. We are No Outside Food or Drink, the Southeast premier video game podcast. Tonight, more repercussions, not a laughing matter, more repercussions at Activision Blizzard. Back to laughing. .emu acquisition. Next gen PSVR rumored details, ? I think this has been more confirmed since I jotted that down. Here's your weekly reminder to drive physical game purchases. Nintendo sales figures update. Get ready for some exciting / boring numbers, depending on where you fall in that category. And someone's typing in there, maybe not. And we have your August Game Pass and PlayStation Now editions. Someone's typing in there too. And there's also a link to PBR's Hard Coffee in the show notes. Check that out. Cesar's a big fan. If you click that link in the show notes, you will get. We will get. I can't even finish the bit.
PBR.
We're not getting paid for it.
We follow each other on Twitter. Research it.
Hard Coffee. Just check it out.
Yeah, I was the one typing. I apologize because that's the first time you probably stumped me where you're like, reminder to drive physical game purchases. I'm like, well, this doesn't seem familiar. I actually had to click on the preview to see what the fuck it was about. So.
You and I had the discussion about this, so you are aware, but we were like, this doesn't sound right to us.
I actually had to click on it. I was like, I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is this about?
Wait, who are you? I don't even know who you are. I am Richard Bergman, joined tonight by Cesar Concepcion II.
PBR spokesperson.
You blocked him. You blocked him on every
Hard
social media
copy.
account you could find.
You hear this? You hear the last of my tongue?
Hard coffee. And Brant McKee, hard coffee expert.
A new
Gonna
fan.
need
We
some
just
damn
converted him
hard-
today.
Gonna need some damn hard coffee to get through this
Brant,
one.
are you more an expert on hard, or are you more an expert on coffee?
Probably hard and coffee.
I like hard. I like coffee.
I like hard coffee. Yeah.
It's the Boondocks Golden Showers joke all over again.
Yeah.
I like gold. I like showers.
Yeah,
It's a big
give me a
deal.
golden shower.
Give me some of that
Yes.
hard coffee.
Pour it on my tongue.
Oh, you missed out on the pre-show if you did not join us, so make sure you do that. We start 8-ish. Now we're recording at 8:43.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's happening. We'll try to knock this out pretty quick, though.
Yeah, it's mostly just bullshit. It'll be fine.
Hard coffee and internet problems and all sorts of things happened.
Oh, yeah, there were internet problems that were solved, by the way. Tapping into an old skill set of mine.
'cause
First off in news.
Those go away. So
They don't. I keep practicing them. As you just
that's
saw.
sarcasm. I hope you know.
I know.
Like,
On to
I
news.
quit that
We talked
job
about
years ago. I'll never use this again. As you pick up a computer
I'm
and
using
log
it every day, just like algebra.
as you pick up a computer and log in. I'll never use a computer.
That's
again.
all it takes. Then I'm back. Then it's live.
All right, I'll stop.
We talked-
Go ahead.
We talked last week about the Blizzard Activision awful stuff that was going there. This comes from The Verge. Blizzard's head of HR is out. That is, of course, Human Resources. Jesse Meschuk, SVP of Global HR, has left. Blizzard President J. Allen Brack isn't the only executive leaving the company today after presiding over a culture now accused of fostering constant sexual harassment. Jesse Meschuk, the company's head of Global Human Resources, has also now departed. An Activision Blizzard spokesman confirmed to Bloomberg and to The Verge. They're no longer with the company, they quoted. Meschuk appears to have deleted his Twitter account as well. Wow. So this is going to continue. We said last week there was going to be some more fallout, and this is part of it. If Human Resources is not addressing the issues that come up, who is going to, right?
So most people that we follow on Twitter noted that this might speed up the whole complete acquisition from Activision of Blizzard, because they kind of just let them do their own thing and just did hands off, and now it's like they see this as their opportunity. They're like, all right, we'll just put our people in here to steady the ship. So
Yeah.
We see what y'all are doing over there, because we noted last week that this seemed to be a Blizzard-centric issue within that company.
well, it's
And they
an
had kind
Activision
of-
problem too, because they sat there and just let it happen.
Mhm.
Seems like they knew it. So
It's true. We're not giving them a pass, but it does seem like some of the heavy hitters were within that Blizzard camp within Activision Blizzard. So, last Tuesday, Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick promised to clean house, writing that anyone found to have impeded the integrity of our processes for evaluating claims and imposing appropriate consequences will be terminated. So that definitely seems to be a quick fallout of this damning report that came from Bloomberg and what was it, the state of California, right? They're the
Yeah.
ones that filed the suit.
Yeah, that's where they have the suit.
Yeah. Goes all the way to California. So I'm sure there'll be more of that, but that is the update for this week. One of Cesar's favorite developers,
A great developer.
a great developer.
I'm still waiting for their Marvel vs. Capcom 2 revival that started on Twitter. So
This is, of course, Focus Home Interactive has acquired .emu. Oh, I was thinking Focus Home Interactive. That's awesome. But .emu, of course, is behind. This comes from Gamatsu. They are behind Streets of Rage 4, Windjammers 2, and more. And they will now fall under the umbrella of Focus Home Interactive, who made Plague Tale.
Plague Tale. They
Greedfall.
do Greedfall and Vampire and a few other things.
and more game stuff. We could look on Wikipedia, but it'll probably eat up more time. So we'll just keep
we didn't put the other acquisition in here. The Embracer Group bought Duke Nukem Studio, 3D Realms. Somebody else, I forgot about that one.
So,
that was late breaking though.
Now we don't have
I
to
haven't seen that yet.
So we don't have to deal with the bullshit where 3D Realms kept trying to make a Duke Nukem game, since now they own everybody. So they own Gearbox, who owns Duke Nukem. Now 3D Realms can make Duke Nukem games. This is all part of their plan.
Yeah. So the Embracer Group / THQ Nordic / all those other studios.
Gearbox, I think so.
They're basically the Western Tencent, right? Is that what we would refer to it as?
European
The Embracer
Tencent?
Group has gotten to that point.
European Tencent, yeah.
European Tencent, that's right. All right, so .emu, we're all big fans of their work. Hopefully they're able to flourish under the... is there any quotes you guys wanted to call out in there? CEO of .emu, my mission will also be to share .emu's expertise with Focus Home Interactive's teams to select and convince talented teams to join the group in order to build together a key player in the video game industry on a global scale. That was the most generic quote ever. We promise not to suck and keep doing what we were doing.
So far, they haven't proved us wrong, right? So,
yep, that is true.
Yep.
Who wants to take this next generation PlayStation VR rundown?
Absolutely not.
I'm excited. I love all these details. Is it me? Is it me again?
I was about to take it, and then I accidentally just closed the tab.
I can do it, Brandon, if you want me to.
Yeah, just close the tab by accident. Sorry.
All right, that's fine. So
reload.
Apparently, there was a PSVR Next Gen Developer Summit where a ton of information. This is all from The Verge. Ian Carlos Campbell with this Twitter tag, Soup's the name. I had to say that because that was a pretty good Twitter tag. So apparently, this was something they were pitching to developers. And I think this was confirmed from a YouTube channel, PSVR Without Parole, and further corroborated with Upload VR, which is a notable website that strictly does VR. So they had Sony held a developer summit on Tuesday where it detailed new information about their controllers, their game development strategies for the sequel of the PSVR. A lot of what they said, I think they kind of showed everything they got, where they went into, I guess, they compared apples for apples, I think, when they were breaking down the differences, where they said that the headset will have OLED displays versus LCDs, and they compared it to the Oculus Quest 2.
Hell yes.
It's going to be a higher resolution. It has a 10-degree wider view than the PSVR. It connects to the console through a single cable. Thank God no pass-through box is necessary.
Amen to that.
They're using that new technology for eye tracking, so they can do scaling resolution that will kind of help with the whole motion sickness thing, where your body's you're not seeing all over the place when you kind of look at different directions. It kind of falls you. I might be able to.
I watched you do that, Cesar, and I got sick.
Yeah, I might be able to beat Resident Evil 7 in VR maybe one day. And they went more in details about their new controllers, which is going to have adaptive triggers, haptic feedback, touch sensitivity buttons, and whatnot, the whole 9 yards. It's a lot. There's a lot of big changes. It's basically a new fucking console. I mean, what they're pitching here.
It sounds awesome.
The thing that Sony was hoping when they're talking to the developers was that they were looking to do new experiences. They wanted to do AAA experiences versus let's shoehorn VR into this, or let's see how to swim underwater. Like, they felt that's already been done. And then they also were talking about strategies to possibly quotations maybe remaster some of these other PSVR games that are already out, maybe change them up, but there was no clarity whether or not that would mean that the previous generation was not backwards compatible, or they were talking about expanding those experiences by doing upgrades to them.
They mentioned having like a cross-buy type thing where you get the PSVR version built into the game. Like, you can either play Resident Evil 7, which is your example. I think it's Star Wars Squadrons. Like, you can play that with a controller, but if you have PSVR, that is a way better experience and totally new way to immerse yourself into that game, just with that same game that you've already purchased.
And they mentioned that everything was would be installable. So if you got a game that does VR normal gameplay, you can just choose to do the VR part of the game installation. You know how you can bypass the whole original game if that's not your interest. So you bought the console for the PSVR, you can kind of tailor that and make the most of it. So
That sounds great. That's like a next generation. Like when you think of PS4 and PSVR, that first generation, this is that jump. This is what you would expect, not only from a hardware standpoint, but from a interactivity and like OS and that kind of thing. This is what you would expect from that. That's awesome. I cannot wait for this.
I'm excited too because I mean it seems, at least to me, I mean they went hard on PSVR for a really long time and announcing several titles after title after title, and there's still titles coming out pretty frequently here and there, but it doesn't seem like they're talked about as much. I know I Expect You to Die is getting a sequel. You know, they said Moss 2 will have VR support. But there haven't been a lot of big titles lately. I mean, I mean, we were talking about Resident Evil 7 having the VR support, and we all had a horrible experience with that. But some people had a good experience with it, and I'm surprised that it didn't have a VR version for 8. And I mean, maybe that's something they're working on, or maybe it's just something they just said, it's going to take too much time. There's not enough buzz to do it. We'll just wait. So
a lot of that, they tried a lot of stuff. I mean, we got Elder Scrolls in VR, we had Borderlands 2 in VR. I mean,
yeah.
What I can tell from that, it seems like everything that's been done on this current gen hardware seems like they're ready to move on to the next generation. I mean, everything else we seem to have is kind of like continuations of what's already been done before. I mean, we haven't had anything new, like you said recently, that's done VR differently. Instead of maybe Astrobot was probably the last time I was amazed at something in VR. So that felt like it changed something up. But
you're kind of in the space now where you're getting like the holdovers from the generation or the indie titles, that kind of thing. That's just kind of keeping that market satisfied, but it's not a system seller.
More
they're not worried about that attach rate. Yeah. Yep. But they've continued to support it. Like they mentioned it in I don't think it was the last state of play, but maybe it was the one before that where we got PS4 VR updates. So they've committed to that, unlike the Vita maybe. So I'm excited to hear more about this one, especially with its controllers.
I mean, this is something different that they can offer than none of the other consoles can do, because you already heard Microsoft saying they're not going to do anything with VR. So, I mean, they would. I mean, I imagine Microsoft would do something with VR if it was a simple solution they can add to what is already existing to their console. But they're not going to sit there and try to figure out how to get VR to work on the Xbox. But I imagine if somebody came out with it, they would probably maybe run with that idea. So.
And they did a 180 on that, because remember when they came out there when PSVR was launching and there was buzz about it, they were saying, hey, Project Scorpio is going to be VR ready day one. And we never got anything out of this 1X, almost at Series X. We got nothing out of the 1X VR related.
So, I mean, it's a good space for them to bring out the differences. So hopefully it's affordable though. So.
It's their space, and I think they like the top VR kit.
Yeah, I think it really sold better than a lot of the other VRs. But if you got to look, it was at the time one of the cheapest options, and compared to the other ones, it really wasn't a bad option. It wasn't as advanced as, say, the HTC Vive, but at the price point, I think people weighed the pros and cons, and it really wasn't a bad choice. I mean, I was an extremely early adopter.
Yeah, the price point, and you didn't have to worry about hardware compatibility. Yeah. If you had a PS4, it was going to work, and you just plugged it in and went. Cesar helped us set ours up when we first got it and kind of walked us through a couple, recommended some experiences, and we dove into the YouTube VR and all that kind of stuff, and it was...
Yeah, whereas
it's one of the highlights of the last generation.
I still can't play until dawn. That fucking... it's impossible for me. It's just fucking...
I love that.
Coming at me. No.
It's a good one. I would say that's a defining title for PSVR for sure. That's one you show off.
That's too much for me. Me riding on that little roller coaster thing as this fucking ghost is like, I'm like, I don't do that in real life as it is. I'm already swinging in the dark as soon as I think I see a shape in there. So I'm like, die, bitch! And I'm gonna start swinging like crazy. So I'm like,
he was just swinging in the dark. Don't start a fire.
I was not crawling in the dark. I was swinging in the dark. Yeah.
All right. Look forward to more details. Bloomberg notes.
The best comment out of this whole article was, "Can you even watch porn on it though?" And then somebody responded, "Porn will find a way. Porn always finds a way."
That's true. You heard it here first, making its way to next generation PSVR.
No.
Well, y'all taught me this is like Rule 34 or something.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah. If something naughty can be introduced, it will be.
Yep.
Rule 34.
If it exists, there's naughty drawings of it or pictures.
And what's funny is like if you go to like Reddit and just my favorite thing in Reddit, and it's like they don't even host images on there. It's just reading comments from like people who go to certain sites to watch certain videos that are released. And those are the funniest things because people argue about the dumbest things, and I'm dying laughing. Like they hate this type of genre of hentai. They hate this type of genre of hentai, and I'm just reading the comments, and I'm like, they're arguing like, and then there's always somebody in there like 0 Hour Gang. I was like, what the fuck is happening in these comic section? And I was, if you ever,
what's a 0 Hour Game? What is that reference?
They were there as soon as they posted the video. I think that's what it was. So it's funny, man. If you ever go to Reddit and just read comments where people are talking about stuff on sites, that's like the number one enjoyment I get out of there because it's so funny, man. It's so funny. Everybody hates Ugly Bastard. Everybody hates NTR. I like that's their arguments all day long.
OUB.
Oh God.
All right. Bloomberg notes that we should hear something in like spring 2022, but that the new PSVR will not launch until holiday 2022. Which I would think when this launches, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, when this comes out, you want a steady supply of PS5s in the market, right?
Yeah.
Like you want to be able to potentially get this headset and a PlayStation 5 at the same time.
And what did they just say? They said they acquired enough chipsets to do another 12 million, I think. But that 12 million was supposed to be by the end of this year, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So they said they have enough to build 12 million more PS5s worldwide till the end of this year. I think they just secured enough. I think Sony confirmed.
That's good numbers.
So they plan to have 22 million by the end of the year is what their plan was, I think. I gotta look online and clarify. I don't remember who posted
that's
it.
Good.
Somebody was talking about it.
That's solid. That's damn solid numbers. That's way up there.
And they're still just selling out.
Speaking of damn solid numbers.
Hi-oh.
Great segue there. This comes from Gamatsu. Switch worldwide sales top 89.04 million. Cesar's bought a quarter of those. New Pokemon Snap. Do what?
Correction, physical year. So that means March of next year.
Fiscal year, yes. March of next year. Back to this article. New Pokemon Snap tops 2.07 million. Wow. I didn't buy this one yet.
I don't read.
Did you guys?
I don't read numbers.
Oh, okay. Plus sales numbers for Mario Golf, Super Rush.
You know how I feel about MPD. You know how I feel.
These are fun though, because you think about the Switch selling 89 million, and then you think about the attach rate.
It's cool, but I'm not doing the circle jerk thing. So.
Yeah, but they're closing in on like historical figures. Like you're closing in on the Wii and the PS1.
Sure, records are always be broken. Don't let me
Cesar's out of this one.
Go for it, man.
The Nintendo people have pissed on Cesar's head way too long here.
It does nothing for me. But continue. I'm sure somebody will be pleased with your number rambling.
Number rambling. There's your episode title. Number rambling. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has sold 37.08 million, which is closing in on Mario Kart Wii. I think that was the title. Animal Crossing New Horizons, 33.89 million in what, a year and not even a half?
Mm-hmm.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, 24.77 million. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, 23.2 million. Pokemon Sword and Shield, 21.85. That is surprising to me. Would you have thought both of the Pokemons had not caught up to Breath of the Wild yet?
I figured they would have sold like gangbusters. They usually do. But there was, a bit of...
Yeah. Is that a 2-year gap?
About that.
That too, yeah. Super Mario Odyssey, 21.4 million. Super Mario Party, 15.72 million. That's probably why we're getting another Mario Party easily. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee combined 13.57 million. Splatoon 2 at 12.45 million. And Ring Fit Adventure 11.26. Finally, jumping onto your numbers here are Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, 6.68 million, which is more than the Wii U version, which I saw, which continues the trend of outselling the Wii U port
No.
as much as people.
How's that even possible?
I know
That's not even possible.
People bitch about it, but it happens every time.
What? You mean
new
it's
Pokemon
outselling?
Snap?
What? There's no way. There's like millions of Wii U's out there. There's no fucking way.
All right, do we all have Super Mario 3D World for Wii U? All three of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. So we bought both of them.
It's a re-release for a full $60.
I know, but they added an open world Mario.
Hey,
imagine that.
I give it to him. I was able to beat Mario 3D World on the Switch, and Bowser's Fury was a shit. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
They added enough to it.
It's more a 2D Metroid, and they want $60 for it.
I'm more interested if you can go find the information on how many copies of Miitopia sold versus Miitopia on 3DS. I'm more excited about that. That's what I'm more interested about. All this other shit, I don't care about. Maybe Mario Golf Super Rush. I'm with the other 1.34 million people that are pissed. But
I bought it too, and they're adding some content. We didn't add that to do's, but they're adding.
Yeah,
content.
But we knew that was going to happen. That's what they did with Mario Tennis. We talk about it's going to be garbage, and then everybody's going to be in Twitter, and like 2 years later,
and we all bought
Mario Golf's going to be the greatest golf game ever made. I don't get it. Mario Tennis. Mario Tennis is like loved on Twitter. Like everybody talks about how it's the greatest tennis game ever made.
It's trash. It's the worst tennis game ever made. It is the worst.
You find out what Miitopia is. I'm interested in that. What is Miitopia 3DS versus Miitopia Switch?
You look it up because I'm reading the article. New Pokemon Snap has sold 2.07 million copies. Mario Golf Super Rush, Cesar's Game of the Year, early preview, has sold 1.34 billion copies.
Early access.
It's an early access golf game
for $60.
Yeah. Oh, Nintendo doesn't cut us any slack, do they? Has there been any sort of Nintendo early access game? Have we had any sort of extended preview game of any kind like that, like a tech test or anything? I'm trying to think. Like that should be their shtick.
Splatoon 2.
We should get one for Splatoon 2 had what? Like a test trial?
Yeah, and then what was it? Their fighting game that I bought that we don't ever talk about anymore. That's not even on this list.
No, we beat the game. We don't have to talk about it. You and I, we rolled credits.
They had a test on that.
Was it legs? We kicked out at the Joy-Con?
It was crotches or something like that. I don't remember what it was. It was something like
crotches.
That. Yeah.
Crotches too.
Elbows, shoulders, knees, and toes. I don't know, man.
Oh, the last one on the list is Miitopia, 1.04 million. Cesar, please send your emails to NOFODcast@gmail.com. Let Cesar know how many copies the 3DS version sold.
I will only
Brant's looking like he has the figure.
I will only respond if you put Russell to Russell. To Russell from Russell.
Yeah.
If you put that in there, I will respond to that email.
He has to read it.
I will respond to it if it has Russell's name on there. I will do it for him.
I would too.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Did you find anything, Brant?
Something about it selling 36% better physically in the UK on Switch than on the 3D.
That's all we need.
3DS.
That's all we need.
On release.
Join on the.
So I'm 36%. Still looking.
So take the number and divide it by 36% and find out the digital sales, and then we'll figure it out.
Because it's at 1.04 million, so we're gonna go with 36.
So
36,000.
We don't get the real port that we all deserve, which is the Ultimate NES remix. That's what we fucking need on the Switch.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that series from 3DS and Wii U.
Yeah. That's what I really.
Those were good. They're fun.
They give us Miitopia. They didn't even give us puzzle pieces. If they would put puzzle pieces in Miitopia, I would have been in.
If they put puzzle pieces on anything, I'm in.
Yeah. I'm street passing everybody, man. I'm driving down the street. I'm staying in random hotels just to get street passed.
Staying in random hotels to get street passed.
Hey,
you're gonna get street passed.
Hey, when I did for my job, I had to stay in a hotel. I remember I was clearing out street passes for days. I was like, oh. I kept getting the same puzzle pieces, but I mean, I was like, "Fuck! What am I gonna do with this? No puzzle pieces, no puzzle pieces, no puzzle pieces." Like, who's staying here? Go get puzzles. Come back.
Don't come back to me until you have a puzzle piece.
How dare you? How can I
need you in my life?
With anybody in this street pass thing?
All right, this Gematsu article ends with 632 million Switch games have been sold worldwide. So. Attach those to the 89.04 million consoles sold. Is that just physical numbers that they add up? I'm assuming so, right? Yeah. So there's no telling how many digital sales on top of that. Probably close to $1 billion.
I don't know. It seems like we need a historian for Nintendo first-party sales.
It's Brant. We already decided.
Not for Nintendo.
Brant was chosen. Brant is the chosen one. You're supposed to bring balance to the podcast, Brant.
Now, Richard, you tried to leave this story in the garage with the dust cover on it.
I did.
Forza Motorsport 7
There it is.
will be driving into the sunset in September.
Brant, it belongs in a museum.
Oh, so again, another Forza game will be Forza will be delisted and removed from Game Pass September 15th. These games are notorious for being licensing nightmares between all the different car companies, music, yada yada yada. So
I bought into that for a minute, but somebody on Reddit pointed out that Need for Speed Rivals, which has licensed cars and music and all that kind of stuff, is still available, and that came out in 2013. And this is the newest official Forza, right? So they're pulling it from Game Pass. You can't buy it digitally. That just seems like the darkest timeline to me.
I mean, all it takes is a majority of the people, one or two, and they to pull out and say, "Oh, we don't want you using that license anymore," and they decide, it'd just be too much of a hassle to try and pull these from the game and erase all this and just delist it because we'll have a new game coming out eventually. So, and I mean, this is the Motorsport series, so this isn't even the Horizon series. Right. So
this is your mainline Forza. This is your more simulator style versus arcade style. It just stinks that that's not going to be available. If you bought it on Game Pass, or if you played it on Game Pass and you bought all the DLC, they will give you a token for that DLC, which has to be redeemed, and that'll add it to your account, I guess, for like a permanent thing. So that if you then have a physical copy that you add, 5 years down the road or whatever, then you'll still have that same content. So they're providing an out, but it's still not what we want from a preservation standpoint. Like, the game is gone. So unless you track down a physical copy, that's gonna Forza Motorsport 7, which is, have they said anything about 8? Like, we don't have a release date or anything. They just announced it. But there's no, for that fan base, which is a pretty large fan base from my understanding, you have nothing to look forward to. Like, you have nothing on the table as far as content either for that game or having that in Game Pass anymore. And that seemed to me to be one of the great benefits of Game Pass. Like, I can still play Cameo, the launch title for the 360, but I can't play the newest Forza game. Like, that just doesn't, it seems bizarre to me. It's a weird choice there, a weird option. And back to the licensing thing, like, how has that changed at all across Need for Speed Rivals? Does Forza have that many more cars? Like, somebody will know, but it's just strange that Microsoft can't pull that off. So get a copy of, what is the digital still $10? I think I saw
20 for the complete, and then 10 for the digital.
20 for complete.
I paid 20 for the complete one with all the DLC.
It's got everything in it. Like, they haven't added anything to it since then.
It's the complete Forza 7. Yeah.
Hey, if you get that, you're good, and you'll get the token or whatever, and you can redeem that, and then everything's set for the rest of time. But it's just kind of a funky thing for it to be such a flagship title. Like, people like tease Xbox, you're just Halo, Gears, and Forza. Well, here's a Forza game that you all of a sudden, like a flagship Forza, that you all of a sudden can't have access to, which you're used to with your subscription service that if you're a hardcore Xbox person, you already have. So it's a weird thing. It'll be driving physical sales, as we put it in the show notes. Speaking of Game Pass, what else new is coming to Game Pass?
We have several new things coming to Game Pass.
There's some heavy hitters in there. Some of my favorite games ever.
No, there's a bunch of stuff coming via EA Play. I know Skate 3 is coming to specifically cloud, while the original Skate will be console. Art of Rally will be cloud console PC. Katamari Microsoft Solitaire Collection. Everybody loves some Solitaire, right?
I'm on that beta. I'm playing it right now.
I love Solitaire.
Let's see. Hades
That's a
is
heavy
coming.
hitter.
Let's see. Trying to get the full list. So yeah, Curse of the Dead Gods, Cloud Console PC, August 5th. Dodgeball. Let's see. Academia, Cloud Console, PC, August 5th
What
as
is
well.
that dodgeball game?
I don't
saw
know.
that
I've never
name, but I
seen
don't
that.
know that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Katamari's August 5th. What's that? Is this the game?
Dodgeball Academia. Get ready to dodge, duck, dip, and dive. And Dodgeball Academia available with Xbox Game Pass on day one. Vibrant sports RPG puts you in a world that lives and breathes dodgeball. Forge friendships and develop rivals as you train to become the ultimate champion, dominating on and off the courts. Okay. Sure.
Let's see. Skate will be August 5th.
The first Skate.
The first, well, both Skates, August 5th.
Ooh,
But just keep
Skate
in
3.
mind that Skate 3 was only for the cloud. Starmancer, August 5th as well. Art of Rally is the 12th. The 13th is Hades. Microsoft
That's a big one.
Solitaire is 17th. Let's see.
That's a big one.
These are the... Looks like these are most of your EA Play and Codemasters.
The Codemasters titles are being added on August 10th.
August 10th with
Yep.
Dirt 4, Dirt Rally, Dirt Rally 2.0, F1 2020, and Grid.
Do we have to have played Dirt Rally to understand the story going into Dirt Rally 2.0? It's the big question.
Oh, sure. I'm sure you have to.
Not to mention there's like 8 different versions of Dirt Rally 2.0. So
I know. I remember getting one on a Humble Bundle, and I was like, hell yeah, that's everything. And then I looked at it, and I was like, nope, that's not everything. That is not it.
And of course, there's a bunch of different DLCs, but the biggest things down here, the Leaving Soon. I'm surprised at this. August 8th, Grand Theft Auto 5 is leaving.
You knew that wouldn't stay in there forever.
And then August 15th, Ape Out, Crossing Souls, Darksiders Genesis, Don't Starve, Final Fantasy 7,
Wow.
and Train Sims World 2020.
I guess they're wanting you to buy Train Sim World 2021.
Yeah.
Based off your Game Pass purchase or Game Pass download and experience.
yeah, I think I ended up buying Final Fantasy 7. I think it was like after the 20%, it was like $7.99 or $7 or something like that. And I just went
That's
and
not
got
bad.
it. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good version of that too. All right, we have your PlayStation Now games. Cesar, do you want to grab that one?
Absolutely.
Looks like three big heavy hitters.
What's that? What's PlayStation Now?
That's PlayStation. Right now.
Yeah, what's
that's
that?
like Game Pass
that?
for PlayStation.
What's that? What's PlayStation?
You get it now.
Never heard of it.
You stream it everywhere. It's Sony's new box.
It's one of these things.
Yeah, there we are. There's a visual
Yeah.
aid. It's a Brand is
This is
holding
a
his
Sony?
PlayStation Mini.
What's that?
That's a Sony
What's
right
that?
there.
They don't even know.
What's
God,
that?
that thing could have been so awesome. Speaking of, all right, so Brant just showed us the PlayStation Mini, which was panned by many for not having the right titles or not playing them well, that kind of thing. Has anybody bought any of those ROM packs and added to theirs?
No, we talked about it.
The crystal meth ones? Yeah.
The meth and the crackhead and whatever it was called.
Crackhead
Blue
pack,
meth, blue
meth head
meth, yeah,
pack.
something like that. I've seen them. They're out there and there's reviews on them, but I've thought about diving into it. But I mean, I've got most of the games I want to play. I mean, they're right here, or they're on my Vita. So
Yeah, Vita / PS3 as like a retro machine. It's true.
Yeah. So 3 games: Undertale, Ghost Runner, and Nier. Thomas.
Which Nier? The new one?
Sure. Yeah. Let's go with that. Get a smart ass question. Get a smart ass in.
Near Automata. Is it the As Gods edition?
I think it's just vanilla.
It's the regular one. Yeah, there's no DLC.
Yeah, it doesn't say it. So can you? I've never done PlayStation Now. Can you purchase the DLC to add to the regular one?
Sure.
Probably.
Does it work that way?
Yeah, because it's installed. If you install it, yeah.
That makes sense.
If you stream it, no.
If you stream it, no. Ghost Runner. I don't know what Ghost Runner is. And Undertale. Has anybody played Undertale?
Hell
I know
yes.
some people rave about it.
Yes,
You like Undertale,
yes.
Brant?
It is amazing.
Both of you guys. I just
Richard,
remember.
Do yourself a favor. Play this game. It's not going to take. It doesn't matter where you play it. Just
okay.
Just
I was
play
about to
it.
say what platform.
Just play it. It's not going to take you very long to run through the game. And then play Deltarune as well, because that'll take maybe an hour and a half, if that.
The scrambled up Undertale.
Yeah. Chapter 1.
So I know Cesar and I saw it at that PlayStation Indies thing that we went to years ago, and then a friend of the show, Michael, was saying it didn't quite live up to what he had heard hype wise. But Brant has the physical copy on Vita, Undertale. He is indeed a fan.
It's a damn good game with damn good music, and it's inspired by the Mother series.
I was about to say it always looked like an Earthbound game to me. Yeah. All right, those are your games coming to PlayStation Now. Is that all the news? I didn't skip the Forza thing twice.
No, that's all it.
You can go in for a third time.
More Forza being delisted news?
Yeah. That way people get
We're through news in 40 minutes. I'm excited. That's pretty good. That's ahead of our normal schedule.
Yeah.
Games played. I played some Halo.
The new one?
Infinite.
Yeah.
There we go, Brant. Stole my thunder. But I only played for like 2 hours. I know Cesar downloaded it and was ready to go, but myself and friend of the show, Russell, were kind of just passing the controller back and forth, and we tried that first technical flight that was out for Halo Infinite. And my hot take, it doesn't suck. I don't hate it. Recent Halo multiplayer like 4 and 5, they've been like too fast or too Call of Duty-ish, or it's something about it just didn't feel like Halo. And this technical flight, I'd never played this. What was it, Sunday? They unleashed the PvP. I never played against real people. I played against bots. Russell and I passing the controller back and forth. And the bots are really good. And we were playing on one of the lower tier difficulties, and it makes me kind of nervous about the Halo campaign. Like the AI that they're going to put in there, it's going to be solid. They're not going to be... It's not going to be... I mean, Halo AI has always been at the forefront of that series. They made a big deal about, the enemies reacting to you in the first game and how they'll flank you, and they'll use grenades, and they'll have tactics that they use against you. It's not GoldenEye or something, but... AI was solid, and that was the ODST difficulty, I think, at that point. Then they upped it to Spartan, and then they introduced the PvP. But the couple maps we played, it felt like it's not fully like Halo 1 through 3, but it did feel like a combination of the movement of that plus the graphics and the style of 4 and 5. So they're straddling the line. They can't give up on the last 10 years of Halo, but they also don't want to give up on the first 10 years of Halo, it seems like. So from what I played, it's really good. I'm still looking forward to the campaign. The weapons were great, the ones we had. The bots were tough. I'm hoping that's an option for multiplayer. I don't think that's really been in Halo in the past, but it would be fun if you're being griefed or you don't want to fight the same enemies over and over. As far as like a couple times we've been grouped in with the same group of online multiplayer enemies, so it'd be fun to just knock out of that for once and know that it's not some doofus on the other end of the internet killing you, right? It's just a bot. But I don't know, there's something different about it. But it had an old school feel to it, like Time Splitters and those type of games where you could load up bots and play against. That was the main highlight of my week. I feel like I played something else. I did a lot of tinkering. I bought I went and got a new TV stand off of OfferUp. So I have my new CRT, new to me, I guess, CRT propped up on that, and I was hooking up stuff to that. Played a little bit more of Skyward Sword. I'm now in that third dungeon. I was in the Lanayru Desert last week, and I've mentioned that the outside area is kind of a dungeon in of itself. So there was a lot of like time shifting and things like that to try to figure out to just get into the dungeon. And there was, of course, another item to pick up, and you have to use that item as soon as you get in the dungeon, that sort of thing. But not much on Skyward Sword. Again, to talk about the last couple weeks, that's like the pinnacle of that version of those dungeons. SR said, he mentioned that it's been so long since I played one like that really scratches that itch. And this is a good one of those for sure. I'm past the motion controls. I don't even think about it. I just hit Y. I center my axis on the motion control, and that is definitely the way to play. Even though enemies will come at you. I saw this meme. It was a cultural Eastern dance of some kind where the guy's like dancing on his knees, and he's dancing and coming at you like that. And then the caption said, "Every enemy in Skyward Sword coming at you," and that's what they do because they're trying to teach you to. They're trying to get you to like use the Wiimote and change the way your sword's gonna slice and that kind of stuff. But I thought it was pretty funny because even the moblins or whatever, the basic enemies, they'll come at you and they're changing the sword nonstop. They're trying to get you to figure out where they're not gonna be blocking you or trying to strike back at you or anything like that from. I played a little bit of Microsoft Flight Simulator on Game Pass. It was a big download, but there are some quick jump-in options. Like I didn't go through a tutorial. I didn't worry about having to get my throttle up and thrusters and take off and that kind of stuff. There's some quick jump-into excursions, I think is what they call them. Somebody correct me. Send that into Russell into NOFODcast@gmail.com. Cesar will address it next week. But it lets you look at certain areas that would be of interest. And you just start off in the plane, like near whatever that is. So the first one I did was the pyramids of Giza in Egypt, and I was just flying around. Like I saw the Sphinx, and you're in like a little biplane type thing, like a Cessna or something. And the controls weren't too hard. It's a real basic type thing. I know you can get really in the weeds with Flight Simulator, but this was I feel like the excursion was kind of like an arcade type thing where you just, here's your throttle, here's up and down, it's just a real basic version of that so that you can enjoy. Because you don't want to worry about flying. You just want to look at the pyramids, right? But the way it rendered all the buildings in the town, I guess that's Cairo underneath there. Cairo? It's Cairo in Georgia. Yeah, it's Cairo in Egypt. It's Cairo in Georgia. Home of Jackie Robinson. I think that's where he's from. And the one I did after that was Bora Bora, which is like this super blue oceans. It's just beautiful, and it's this island ring. And I tried to land on water unsuccessfully. And I tried to land on land because I'm in one of those amphibious things with like the water landing strips underneath it. I tried to land on water unsuccessfully, and I tried to land on land unsuccessfully. And I never got any of the weird glitches where the plane's like bouncing around and flipping over and stuff. It just said, "You've crashed." And that was that. It's like, okay, press A to confirm that you crashed. But that's it for me. Skyward Sword, some Halo Infinite Technical Flight, and Microsoft Flight Simulator on Xbox Series X. Go check that out on Game Pass for sure. It's a really cool experience.
If only that had VR support.
Ooh. So I was looking at... Longtime listeners will know that I bought Ace Combat 7 for PSVR and the HOTAS Thrustmaster stick. So I'm like, all right, this is it. My stick, it works on PS4 and PC. It's going to work on Series X. The research I found out says it does not work on Series X. So until Flight Simulator comes to PlayStation 5 and next generation VR, I will be waiting for that next generation. That was a pretty fun stream. So I remember we put Russell in the we had him in like the Red Baron scarf and the pilot's hat on and all that stuff.
Played a good time. Played the Top Gun soundtrack.
Top Gun soundtrack in the background. That was pretty good. I forgot.
Danger Zone, baby.
Yes. Oh, that was good times. God bless Ace Combat. Ace Combat has sold well, right? That most recent one. We should get another Ace Combat.
Yeah, I think they did some kind of congratulatory thing for their 20th anniversary, whatever the hell it was recently. So
yeah, we need more Ace Combat.
Which I think they just reiterated that Ace Combat 7 was available.
That was it.
That's
If
the
you
tweet.
like the 20th anniversary of Ace Combat, don't look forward to anything in the future. Go pick up the already released Ace Combat 7 on PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4.
Namco, they're too busy delaying Digimon Survive. So
That's what's taking up their books.
yeah, they're like, we got to put everybody on this one game after
good
Metro
stuff.
Prime 4 fell through the cracks for them. So
They did. They were the
Yeah.
leaders on that, weren't they? Yeah. Forget about that bit. Miyamoto saw something and was like, nope, that's not happening.
yeah, but then they gave it to like Bandai Namco, like Singapore. It was like some studio that hadn't done a big game before. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. Why would they do that with a flagship? That's just head scratching, right?
I won't. Nintendo had success with Capcom doing those Zelda games for GBA a long time ago. So and GBC. So,
Yeah.
I guess they figured like
And,
maybe this might be the same thing. So
And Retro Studios wasn't proven when they got Metroid Prime. They were working on that tech demo. It was like an RPG or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, those are my games played for this week.
mine's easy. I just watch a bunch of anime. The only game I played was Skyward Sword.
Yes.
I blew through the Elden Volcano. I finished up
Yes.
the Lunario Desert. At the part
You
now
beat the Mine Temple?
where I am. What'd you say?
You beat the Mine Temple? You beat the
Yes.
Linearu Mines? Okay, that's where I just started. I'm in the mines.
Story stuff happened. Now I just stopped
Ooh.
the imprisoned. I discovered the light tower. I went into the Thunderhead. I did the first Silent Realm in the Firen Woods, and I went into the Great Tree, and I'm now in the Lake Floria looking at the dungeon for the ancient Kistrin,
Nice.
which I think
You made a big surge on Skyward Sword.
yeah, I'm literally probably got like another 5 hours into it or something. I'll be done. It's not a terribly hard game. It's not like where it was Twilight Princess, where it was dungeon after dungeon after dungeon after dungeon after dungeon after dungeon
Right.
after dungeon. This one seems to have a better balance of more open areas, and then you get one major dungeon.
I was wondering how that was going to play out because I'm in the third one, which is like usually your intro in a Zelda game, but I'm already like what 12 hours in or something. So it's like, excuse me, what is after this?
You're not far from me. I think I'm like 13 hours, something like that.
Okay.
You go back to the previous areas. That you visit them a second time to do what they call the Silent Realm, and I'm at this part now where something happens story wise. I got to power up my sword, and there's like these little areas where you go into like in your mind to do a test of. The first one was a test of courage, and you can see where it's going. Next one's probably gonna be wisdom. Next one's probably gonna be power.
Yeah.
But as you get these new abilities to increase your power for your sword to accomplish your story tasks that you're set up with in this game. But it's not
This sounds like the wolf shit from Twilight Princess.
But it's not a new area. So when you go to you'll go back to Faron Woods, and then you'll discover Lake Flora, which is like another part that was kind of grayed out when you originally went there.
Okay.
Okay. And that is like its own little story bit as you go through right now. I think that's where I stopped for the day when I started out that dungeon. So you still have that bastard demon lord going around and popping up every so often. But yeah, outside of that, I mean, nothing much has changed. But I mean, as you go through, after you pass the first 3 dungeons, it goes more into more of the open world stuff. You kind of see what they led this off to Breath of the Wild. So if you would have played Skyward Sword first before Breath of the Wild, this wouldn't have been a weird Zelda for you. I mean, it totally broke that whole forced dungeon thing where that killed me in Twilight Princess, where it was dungeon after dungeon after dungeon. I just remember I just kept going, and then it's like this game will never end.
That and the weird shit, like I noticed, like, okay, if I throw a bomb all the way down this hill, will it hit that guy way down there? Like the weird Breath of the Wild shit, like, does this actually happen in this engine? And it'll happen in Skyward Sword. Like the weird stuff you set up, it'll do it.
Yeah,
like,
it does
what if I set a bomb here?
Do the little quirky
throw
shit.
That?
Yeah. So I mean,
they were starting to build it there.
You can see where it all leads to it on there. So I mean, for me, it was easier to go back and play playing Breath of the Wild first, and then going back to this. So you get some of the improvements, and then you still get some of the stuff that's open.
The dungeons.
Yeah.
You're getting that fix, right?
Yeah.
They're good. Some of those puzzles are just great.
So outside of that, the story is interesting as well. So I'll leave it at that. So.
Okay.
But yeah,
I know Impa and Zelda are in this temple I'm headed to. So you've been Impa's usually been a support character like throughout the Zelda series, but she's a little adversarial at first with this one. Like she's still. I'm
oh,
sure you've seen it.
you're in for a surprise there, buddy.
Okay. But she's been almost like you got to prove yourself. You or if you're protecting the princess, I don't believe you. You got to prove yourself. So she's had an edge to her that you're not used to seeing in Impa in the previous Zelda games.
I can tell you this now that this game is Zelda games have always dealt with time. This one is
Mm-hmm.
very time heavy, very time
Mm.
heavy. A lot of the story is tied
Okay.
up to time, so
Cool.
it's interesting. Let's put it that way. Because I mean, as you go through the game, they always mention in the beginning, like it's interesting. So I mean, you're basically starting in the beginning, but you're also dealing with the end of time as well. So there's a lot of good stuff going in there, and a lot of story bits in there too.
I'm excited to finish this. Apparently, I'm coming up on the temple that you just wrapped up, so I'm waiting to see that story. That
The
sounds
Lunario
awesome.
mining facility,
Yeah.
that was a long one. That one took me 2 hours to get through. So that
Yeah.
kind of dragged it down. The whole ability where you have to hit those time stones to sink you back
Yeah.
into the past.
The time crystals.
That is
Mhm.
very big in that dungeon, and it eats up a lot of your
Okay.
time. The boss battle in there was pretty good. The first boss battle with the Demon Lord was the hardest one. Not any of them.
It was.
It's just because you have to get into the habit of hitting the sword away from where he's aiming to block you.
Yeah, he's just walking around. He's just walking around with his hand up like that. It's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here?
So you're just supposed to hit at a different angle, and then it goes through. But it's like he'll end up blocking it quickly, and then grab your sword and then throw it across the room. And I'm just,
Yeah.
it's that first boss battle was hard. But like
It was. That's the hardest part I fought too.
when you do the
Yeah.
Pharaoh Woods boss battle, or Elden Volcano one, or Lunario Desert, it's not hard at all. And then like when you go into the Silent
Oh,
Realms,
Volcano was fun.
the Silent Realm ones are kind of like it's interesting because like they expect you go into this mental realm and you have to prove yourself, and there's like these it's similar to like a Phantom Hourglass or Spirit Tracks where they have those monsters that kind of move around when they see you.
Okay.
So it's all time based. So when you go in there, you have to get these dewdrops and complete this flower, which there's 15 of them scattered throughout a map, and it adds more time to it. So like if you hit one or eat this fruit, then it adds like 30 seconds, and as the time goes down, every fucking golem is coming after you and just kills you. One hit, you die. So
Oh, sounds like the wolf shit.
so you have to go through and get each one and keep the timer going. But it's doable. I did it in my first try. So I mean, like, but
Okay.
if you do water, then it fucking breaks the cycle and they start chasing you. So like, it doesn't take long, but it's fun. Yeah, I give you that much. It's pretty fun.
Okay. It doesn't feel like a fetch quest.
No, it's fine. It's paced out fine, and they put enough in there to keep it interesting. So it doesn't seem like it doesn't outstay its welcome. So.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, now I'm at the first dungeon now where it's outside of the original temples. So this one's not a temple dungeon. So I think that after this, you have the ancient crystalline, you have the sand ship, then you have the fire sanctuary, and then you have endgame. So it's not a long game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you have to fight that bullshit in prison like 8 times. So
That monster, the black monster thing with the ripples on it.
yeah, it always seems to come back, I guess. So whatever. Yeah, you it's like when you do your Lunarian mining facility, when you beat the boss on that, you go straight into another boss battle. So just be ready.
Oh shit.
I think that's where I ended up stopping for the other night. Was I was like, I'll do this later.
Prepare my body for the back-to-back boss battles.
But yeah, outside of that, story-wise, it's decent. I'm not sure. We'll see how it connects to the rest of the series since it's supposed to be the one that starts at the beginning. So
Yeah, the origin story, as it were.
But yeah, that's it. I think I got like 14 hours into it. About 20 hours. I probably beat it. So it's not a long game. So not long at all. And like you said, at this point, I don't even notice the motion controls. The only one I noticed is when those fucking golems are chasing after me, and I'm on the tightrope, and I had to go get a fucking fruit thing across the tightrope, and I keep falling off as they're chasing me. And you'll notice again how the motion controls suck again after that point because it kept pissing me off. So.
You just described a point at which I might quit the whole game.
Yeah, it was bad.
Do you keep?
It was like
do you just keep hitting
trying
Y to try to center?
You're under time limit, and you have to run across the rope, and it's just me falling over every time. I'm like, God,
Oh.
I want to get across, man. So. You're gonna get it. You have to get it.
That'll make me stop playing so fast.
Yeah, you have to get it. I did it. It was nerve wracking, but it was just irritating. That's the only part. Outside of that, yeah, it's fine. I mean, I've done a majority of the side quests where once you open up the game a little bit more, I think they force you to do one where when you go back and put the stone slab in there, and somebody lost their daughter, and it's kind of like their introduction to their side quest you do in there, where you have to find her, and then you can go around. And,
that monster guy.
Yeah, Batro. And then he's like, find those these positive things, or whatever the fuck he calls them, so he can become human. And so as you go through and you beat the dungeons, you go back on there. There's one where I have to play like matchmaker for 2 of the students in the school, where you have to give a love letter, but you have a choice where you can either use the love letter to complete the story segment for them, or you can use the love letter as toilet paper for that fucking hand thing that appears in every Zelda game. So it's like you have a choice. Like the guy keeps telling us, like, hey, make sure you deliver my letter. Don't use it as toilet paper. Make sure you don't use it as toilet paper. I was like, I get it. You want me to deliver the letter? So depending on which one you do, I think you get more pieces of that star bits or whatever you need from it. Because I think when I completed the love letter quest, I think I got 5 instead of like the usual you just get 1. So if somebody's really happy, you get more. So I guess that gives you a choice on which one you can do.
It's like Tears of Joy or something, right?
I don't remember what it was. I just know when you go into the fucking light tower stuff, that was bullshit. Because like when you go into the sky and it's like fucking Panzer Dragoon, you got shit coming at you everywhere, and because like as soon as you enter in there and you're flying on your bird, you'll notice immediately that your hearts are up there, and I'm like, oh great, you have stuff in the sky that can just kill you at that point.
Oh damn!
And so that puzzle to get into the tower is pretty good, because like you have to like lift up this little rotary thing and kind of twist it around until all the bridges line up, and that took me a minute. So, but
cool.
Yeah, I'm maybe like, I don't know, man. I'm probably like 30% farther than you, but that's literally I only think it took me like maybe 2 hours more to get there.
I'm about to say it's a pretty good jump.
Yeah. So yeah, outside of that, I mean, that's it. Yeah. That's it. Brent, bring us on.
Skyward Sword.
I also played Zelda.
There we go. Not Skyward Sword.
Not Skyward Sword though.
Minish Cap.
No.
Oh, I thought you were on your Game Boy kick.
I told you I was on a handheld kick, and Cesar mentioned it. He said Phantom Hourglass.
God, no, why?
It's not a bad game.
It's good.
Oh,
it's
get out of here.
It's got the best Zelda in Link.
So
where do I kick Bran off at? Where do I have to click? Where is his feed?
Like I said, I've played the demo and I've played a little bit, but never really got into Wind Waker. But from what I can tell, this takes place after Wind Waker. It's in the same universe. And very early in the game, you're on the pirate ship with Tetra, and this mysterious ghost ship appears. She hops over, and you hear this scream from her, and then the ship takes off. You, as Link, jump over. Or whatever,
and that's where I stopped.
Or whatever you name yourself.
Right.
You fall overboard, trying to jump over to the ship, and wind up washing up on this island, where you meet an old man and another annoying little fairy that runs around. And,
annoying fairies. It's a Zelda theme.
But you set off on an adventure to try and. You have to find this captain called Linebeck, who, with his ship, will sail you all across the waters of the ocean in search of this ghost ship to find Tetra and save her.
Okay.
So, besides when you go into this game, you have to know that it is a product of its time. It is heavy on every single facet of the DS. Which includes you holding it with one hand, and with your dominant hand holding the stylus, and the stylus is how you move, you attack, everything. So it's a little awkward, but honestly, it wasn't very hard for me to get back in the groove. It's been several years since I've played this game, and it is extremely odd just to move your stylus around in whatever direction, or You move it to the edge of the screen and kind of like make a circle, or just kind of frantically tap at the edge of the screen, and Link will do a roll and things like that. And then you swipe the screen to make him attack, or you can just tap on enemies and he'll run and kind of like do a leaping attack on them. Or if you do a circular motion around Link, he does his signature spin attack. But as of course most Zelda games go, you start out with having to go with these, like, I guess, lower tier temples. You find out that there was a Sea King, and many years ago he was sealed away.
Sounds like a Pokemon name.
I know. It sounds like it's the sequel to Sea Man we never got, Sea King.
Sea King. From Sea Man to Sea Popper to Sea King.
But you wind up going through this temple, which literally drains the life away from you if you aren't standing in certain safe areas. And going from there, finding different sea charts, and there's a 4-part grid, and you'll find sea charts at different times, and that fills in all those different parts. And you explore all these different parts of the ocean, go through, and you look for, you're trying to save these. First, you have to find these 3 spirits, of course, that are courage, wisdom, power. And
This checks out.
think I'm in.
I don't want to interrupt you, Brant, but there's a message in Twitch for Richard. Cutter's waiting for you to respond.
Oh God, what does it say? Please help me in real time.
We in here. What we sipping on, Richard?
Miller Lights, friend of the show, Cutter. Thank you.
I thought you were
I
going
don't
to
see
say
the chat.
hard coffee.
Hard coffee. Hard coffee.
PBR.
I still don't have the chat window. I don't know how I lost it, but I had it up on my restream view forever. Now I have nothing.
But
no chat, no nothing.
I'm sorry, Brent. Continue.
It's all right. I really am enjoying this game. All the little quirks it has aside, like I said, it takes a minute to get into dragging the stylus around and using that to attack and everything. But the points where you have to draw things on your map or make little notes is pretty cool. And it's a great way to help you remember different little hints and things that they give you throughout the game. There's, one island that you get to. It's supposed to be uncharted, and there's a part in the middle of the island that you can't get to. And it gives you, there's those little, the statues that when you hit them, they wiggle, they boing, and they, one of them gives you a
Nitos
hint.
Or something? Oh, no. The things that give the previews.
No. Yeah, these are, yeah. And there's one that says that it'll let you across. It'll have a bridge for you, but you have to figure out the mystery of the island. And if you walk around and actually chart the island, draw it out, it's a whale. And so you get the clue that it's like a giant. It's like a whale, and like the clue it gave you was like first it paddles, and then it just gives you little clues, and you have to find the other statues and hit them in a certain order. And then there's other little things like finding different things on the sea chart. So to find a lot of these temples that you have to visit, sometimes you have to do special things. There's certain paths you have to find. The first one you had to find the special place on the map and scratch it off.
Use the DS pad. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this other one was
that's our chick's head.
This.
No, I'm sorry. Ignore me. Some kind of Skyrim video showed up on my feed, and it's janky, and I had normally I can contain myself, but it was I had a laugh. I'm sorry. Yeah.
This other one that for the Temple of Courage, you found the image, and it said to press it to your map, line it up and press it to your map, and you literally, the clue was you had to turn your DS upside down and close it and open it back up, and it imprinted the image.
I remember that on Hotel Dusk or something. It had something like that where you had to close it. What a cool mechanic.
And there's so many cool things. I mean, there's enemies that have big ears and they don't like loud sounds. So when you approach them, you have to like yell at the DS, and they like quiver in fear, and then you can just go up and smack the hell out of them. And
you can also play this on the Wii U. That was the version I did.
Yeah.
How do you pull that off on Wii U? How do you do the clamshell closing thing?
The bottom screen is on the Wii U gamepad, and then the TV is your top screen. And after a while, it goes through and it's fine.
It knows that you can do the thing. Wow.
Yeah, everything works. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I mean, because the gamepad has a camera on it and everything, so it probably
it's a microphone. It does everything. Yeah, I beat the Phantom Hourglass and I beat Spirit Tracks on the Wii U. I never beat it on the DS.
There's that. Brant's checking something out.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on at the doorbell there.
You need to go address it. You may leave.
No, it's good.
The doorbell's more important than the unpaid podcast.
No, I just don't know why she's running in and out there.
Sounds like you need to address this.
No, it's nothing. But it's extremely fun. I even liked there's this one boss battle. There's one boss battle, and I think it was just like this one part, and it was like I think they just called it the Temple of Wind, and that you have to like use the blowing of the wind to get certain places and things like that. But once you get to the end, there's like a giant, like a squid octopus thing, and it's flying on this gale, and you can see the wind from the platform you're on going up above to the top screen, and the enemy is on the top screen floating around, flying around, while you're on the bottom screen running around. You have to try and throw bombs wherever his shadow is or where it's going to be, and then the wind will take it up and hit him. Cool. And it's some of the things they did with this game, like I said, there's with the way you move and attack, it's very gimmicky kind of. I would say that this is very similar to how Skyward Sword was reviewed. It's being too heavy on the motion controls,
too reliant on the DS
in there
stuff.
I mean, well, that's why I said when you do the Wii U gamepad and you get that real estate to do that stuff, and you're not hitting the corner of the screens or something's not being misread. That's what made me beat that game. For me,
I can see that.
It pushed me off the DS because you have to put up with it after a while. It's not something you can sit there in long periods of time and then you get irritated for a while.
And that's the thing is I've been only treating this as I pick it up, play for a little bit, maybe play a temple, and go back to the main temple, because after you beat the first one, you get the ability to use the Phantom Hourglass, which fills with sands of time from all of these different enemies that you defeat, and allows you to traverse the Sea King's temple without the temple damaging you or taking your health, but only for a certain amount of time. So there's a timer now when you run through, but that allows you to go through and get deeper and deeper in the temple and find other things you need. So, but I'm telling you, it's not a bad game. It's a very hated game, but it's not a bad game.
I despise it, but I haven't played it in 15 years-ish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a minute. And then other than that, I actually did pick up and play Pokemon Unite.
Oh, the MOBA. Pokemon MOBA.
And I'm not a big MOBA person. I've played...
You're MOBA negative.
What is it? Was it League of Legends I think I played?
League of Legos?
I think I played. It was League or Dota.
Oh dear
I mean,
God.
one of them. I think.
Okay.
It's
Sure,
what's the
pick one.
difference? You want to spend the whole
Come
Come
podcast?
on,
Tell us the
I'm gonna
difference,
take
Joe.
2
2 more
seconds.
hours.
You one is
No,
the
it
other.
wasn't. It wasn't
Brant,
Dota. It
Cesar and
wasn't
I are going to
Dota.
step away and go to bed separately.
No, and literally, I played League of Legends literally because there was a when I was big into Overwatch, there was a crossover event, and if you played like 3 matches with a friend or whatever it was, you got some skin for a character, and I wanted the skin,
hooked
so
you.
I wound up, yeah, found somebody else that could play it, and we teamed up for 3 matches and
Got out.
did
Yeah.
horribly, but
He did it all for the
then never
skin.
booted it up again. So I booted this one up. I didn't know how I'd feel. I figured it, it's free download. Just go ahead and play it. It's very competitive, and I'm actually enjoying it a lot. You start out with a set amount of Pokemon that you can pick from and play with. Of course, as you increase your level, you get get more items, more currency, um, things like that. There's right now there's an event and current events for the first 14 days. You log in, you get so many items and bonuses and things like that.
You're losing me, Brant.
hell.
You're losing me, Brant. You're losing me, Brant.
But
You almost had me,
where do I
Brant.
kick
You're losing
him
me,
off?
Brant.
here's the thing.
Brent, you've been here how long?
Here's
Brant, you're
Over a
losing me.
year. It was a
You're not
good
selling it
run.
to me,
We
Brant.
enjoyed your contribution to the podcast.
Here's what most people
You'll
are
be
upset
missed.
about is because I think most MOBAs, when you start a game, you basically start out with nothing.
So you said
And you
said
go
there's
through
set Pokemon. Do you get starters? Like, do they keep it tied to the Pokemon lore?
No. Literally, there's a handful of Pokemon that you get. Initially, there's like an extra set you can pick one from, and then weekly they do a rotating cast of like 3 that you get a trial of that you can just pick and try during regular
Business hours.
competition.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So as you level up, you get access to different styles of battle because there's just the regular 5v5, there's quick matches, and then there's ranked.
Okay.
But like I said, most MOBAs, I believe you start off your game with nothing, and then as you play, you get gold or some kind of currency, and then you can upgrade your character during that game, and then once the game is over, you're back to square one. You don't keep those items. In Pokemon Unite, there's, and I'm going to try to simplify this as much as I can. There's three sets of currency. 3 sets of currency.
How can you buy 3 different things with 3 different sets?
So
which one is money? Which one's dog coin, and which one is Bitcoin?
Coin.
Use those as examples. Explain everything.
There's coins and tickets,
And you could trade the tickets for Bezos bucks.
Coins and tickets. You
buy
get
the penis spaceship.
You get those organically. So you can earn them doing daily.
They're like the free stuff, basically. Where you don't spend money, basically.
Just pop in and sign in.
do
grind.
daily challenges, this, that, and the other. You can get them. And then there's like these gems, and the gems are what
truly
you
outrageous.
can spend. Truly outrageous.
Ray knows what I'm talking about.
I do. But gems are what you spend your real money on and turn them into fake money, which are the gems. So here's the thing. As you level up your Pokemon gets 3 slots. And those 3 slots can be filled up with special items that you can basically equip to your Pokemon before battle. And they stay on all the time. And they can enhance a Pokemon's health, the speed, maybe certain other stats and things like that. And then those items that you just equipped, they can be upgraded to a max level of 30.
Okay.
So, again, to upgrade those items, you need a completely different thing. There's an item upgrader, is what they call it, and it
Brant, I feel
levels
like
those up.
You should have came to us with a PowerPoint presentation. This is
I know.
This is rough, man. I'm trying to follow you, and I got most of the gist of everything you're getting on there, man. But it's like, I think I need a YouTube channel of just you explaining everything on video.
Because we're old. Brant, are you level 30 yet? Okay, when you get to level 30, all this stuff.
Well, that's no. That's the thing. The items that your Pokemon
I'm the old man
can have.
I'm talking about age. Is your personal
can
level
go up to level 30? Oh, my person in the
No.
game, or
No,
my,
your
my
real life
age?
level. Your real
Oh,
life.
I'm 30.
Okay.
I'm 30.
Okay.
You're level
I
30.
grew up with
I'm
Pokemon.
about to fall off.
I'm just saying this is where it gets like gotcha.
Let me tell you the day about my Pokemon where it was in a yellow cartridge and it slid it into a device that only had 2 buttons.
And 4 batteries.
Do I need to get you? I'll get it after the podcast. I'll show it to you.
Let me tell you about that. Maybe I had to pay the extra money and get the little adapter that goes into one of those newfangled Super Nintendos, so I can play it on the TV.
The Super
Worm
Boy
Light.
or whatever.
The
it
Worm
was.
Light was your other option.
What was the part?
Worm Light.
Did we get part 2 of the Super Boy, or was that Japan only?
I think it was Japan only.
What was that, Game Boy Color game?
And we never got the 64 wide boy. That never came out officially.
What are you talking about? We got the best version where we just imported stuff into our Pokemon Coliseum.
Yeah,
we
that's
got the
true.
worst ones of those, I think. I think ours were gimped. I think Japan had the definitive 64 Pokemon stadiums.
Yep, Brant's
all right,
right.
Brant.
Yeah,
Brant,
right.
we hijacked your thread.
But
Go
anyway.
ahead.
Yeah,
anyway.
sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
Talk.
So let's
30
say.
plus.
Yeah. Okay. So there's different things you can put on any Pokemon. Like I said, that improves certain stats.
Is it like is it clothing items or just random shit? What are you putting on them?
That they
I know they boost up stats, but what is it like? Does it tier to a certain part of the body, or to certain items, or it can
Pokemon
be anything?
hats.
don't think that these are actual cosmetics. These don't appear on your Pokemon. Those are different. You can buy costumes for them if you'd like.
This is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Worst story of my life.
But yes, there's
I didn't even play this game.
what's called like the assault vest. There's what is it? Something glasses and like all these things. But anyway, so you can upgrade these items to make them more efficient, to give you even more of a boost. And you can upgrade them organically, but that is going to take a heck of a lot of time, because to upgrade them, say to upgrade it once is like 3 of the upgrade item, and then it goes to like 5, and then they incrementally increase. So it would take you several hours of gaining enough currency or gaining level upgraders organically to upgrade one item to level 30. It would take you quite a while. Or you can spend like $130 and buy the currency and buy enough upgraders to do it within 5-10 minutes and upgrade everything you ever need. And those what
all I heard was upgrades, and I'm just thinking about RTX. Is RTX on? That's
all I
I'm
heard was
thinking
pay
about.
to upgrade.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what he
that's the
said.
thing.
No.
Is if you
skip
could
levels.
you could basically
Don't grind.
you can
pay
you can
pay to
grind if you want to, which would
Pay to
take
win.
forever. Or you could just pay
win.
and upgrade all these items off the rip if you wanted to.
Do you play against the regular people who didn't do that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm officially out. Brent, did you pay to upgrade?
No.
So you're getting destroyed by the people who did. The cash
That's the
cows.
thing is, right now, I mean, I'm still having fun, and there's some games that you just absolutely get murdered, and I can tell. I'm like, they must have everything upgraded.
There's games out here that you can get murdered in without having to put all that time in that one game. Dark Souls 2, Dark
Halo
Souls 3.
Infinite.
But this game's free, and I'm playing it with my family, and we're having fun.
Go to
and
town.
some
Okay,
friends.
you left out the
Yep,
family
go
part.
to
I'm sorry,
town.
Yeah. Oh yeah, go for it.
So, And we sit there and we try to figure out, okay, because
Like you're
there's
playing with yourself, Brent. My
no,
apologies.
We're thinking about it as lonely 30-plusers.
no,
I,
no.
I thought you got out of the house, took the Switch with you, put on the boxers, got into the hotel bed, and was just playing in there by yourself.
That sounds
So,
like
no,
a good
we
idea.
just-
I wouldn't mind this.
But no, we jump in, we try and
Maximum
figure out,
airflow.
oh, we're gonna do this, and now we try to figure out our team comp, figure out a strategy, and go through and fight and do whatever and see what happens, see how it rinses out. And sometimes we do really good, and sometimes it's trash. But we're having fun with it,
Awesome.
and
Brent, I just want to. I'm going to salute you, sir, because you are doing absolutely what I will never ever do. I downloaded the game and you taught me out of keeping it on there. I'm going to delete it as soon as we're done with this podcast.
I'd say
Whatever that
try
600
it.
megs of space is going to be back for my Rages that I need to download on there. Those are more important.
I'd say try it. I'm definitely not going to spend any real money, but it's something fun, and it's not something I thought I would
Okay.
like, but I actually did. I liked it a lot
Branching
more
out,
than any other
different genre.
MOBA I've
Yeah.
played. So,
Is this your
oh,
is
and
this your
there's
intro into another MOBA potentially?
like I said, I've played other MOBA, and League of Legends and Dota are vaguely similar from what I know.
So is it the gameplay that has you hooked, or is it the like nostalgia and association with the Pokemon license? Like, if is that keeping you in it versus the gameplay or the, I mean, a group activity, co-op, family, that kind of stuff overrides just about everything. You'll play
Yeah,
I'm in the same boat where I'll play a completely ridiculous garbage game if I'm playing co-op or with family. But is the Pokemon license, you think, keeping you in that?
I don't know.
Loop?
I've
That loop?
I fell off Pokemon forever
Mhm.
ago. Forever ago it was Crystal. I played Crystal was the very last Pokemon game I
Okay.
played. And
It's
then
a good one to put on. Yeah, the second.
and then I fell
second
off.
gen. Yeah,
And then
get out before the horrible third and fourth.
Red was my last one, so
And
that
then-
eats me a little bit. Yeah.
really.
And then me and Richard taught me into buying fucking Fire Red, and we never got far with that. Leaf Green,
Nope,
Fire
we never
Red.
did.
And then X and
Super
Y came
expensive.
around, and those games looked really good to me, and I
I
played
bought one of those too.
I enjoyed those actually
did not get
thoroughly,
very
and
far.
that was the first time I got Y, Katie got X.
Okay.
And for some strange reason I decided, hey, let's do it. Let's complete the Pokédex. Let's catch all of them that we can.
Yeah.
Not really realizing that now at this point, since I've been out of it, there are now 720 something Pokemon.
Yeah,
Whoa.
well, you heard
So-
they clean house, man. They clean house. You're good now. It's time to dip your toes back in.
which involved me using a software to spoof Pokemon and get them into certain games, and going back and buying older games and trading and all this crap, and it was faking Pokemon events and crap. It was a lot.
That
was
sounds
a
like
lot.
a time investment.
It was, and I don't know why I did it. Once I committed, once I was like, oh, we should get all of these, and
Oh,
then we
no,
started doing it, and
never.
then I'm like, and then I was like, wait, what the hell is this thing? And then there's Pokemon that's like just an ice cream cone and a set of gears, and I'm like, did they just fucking give up at some point? Like, I'm waiting for them to like
Ugh.
have just it's a turd, it's a Pokemon.
Pokemon Dookie.
Oh, yeah.
There were some interesting ones out there, but yeah, I set my mind to it, and then I made a bunch of Pokemon, legit and non-legit, moved them over, put some of them in the Pokebank once that became a thing, moved
Mhm.
them over. We got Omega Ruby and Sapphire, we got Sun and Moon, and then after that, I've stopped. I didn't get Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, or Sword and Shield.
Well, nobody can never say you never tried, sir. That
Yeah.
was a lot of good years of
I've been
trying right
tempted
there.
to do the Sword and Shield route, but I just, on top of everything else, I'm like, I'll never do this.
And after X and Y, dude, I got heavy into it. I mean, I think I've gotten Black and White. I think I got I can't remember which version of like a pearl or a diamond I got, and then I got heart gold and soul silver. Soul silver's over there in the box.
Yeah, those are
They're
pretty
expensive,
expensive. Hold on to
Yeah,
that.
they're very expensive, and they have the little pokey pendometer with it.
Nice.
So,
I still
yeah.
have mine somewhere where it looks at me like use me. I'm like, nah.
Which
No.
one introduced the live Pokédex? Because I started trading like Rattata-tats for I would get great Pokemon and filling out my Pokédex, and it kind of broke it for me. Because I wasn't trying to progress to the story and collect these things anymore. I was just trading garbage for good ones. Was that X and Y?
Oh, was
think
it the global trade?
Yeah.
I think I was
or-
out by then. I think I was out by then. So,
Global
yeah.
trade was on the DS. I think it was.
I didn't do that one though.
I think that was Diamond and
Because
Pearl.
I bought Russell the other one. I think it was X and Y. I'm pretty sure.
They had global
Yeah.
trade.
That's what
As
did it.
well.
Because I would catch like Pidgeys and Rattata-tats and throw them out in the Nether Sphere and get good stuff back, and it would fill out my Pokedex. And I'm like, okay, why am I doing this now? But they wouldn't listen to me. Like I couldn't fight with them. It was just filling out the Pokedex.
Oh gosh, and then you get into the. I got deep into it, dude. At one point, I mean, we got a foreign Ditto and trying to farm shiny Pokemon and all this crap. It was a mess. And like I said, I just kind of fell off. So I mean, the Pokemon aspect is kind of got me into it again because I'm reliving some of that nostalgia, but really it's the gameplay, it's the moment to moment action, it's
cool.
the fun I'm having with my family.
I need to see some
because I
gameplay
mean
in this.
each time it's different. I mean if it's something you want to experience, I will say it is something that at lower level you will definitely want somebody there that's a higher level to help you out with it. So I'm only like level 14, but I've got some of the shit down pat, and I can pick somebody that can block for you while you do what you can. Because if you pick, say, like Charmander's in the game, so you know who Charmander is.
My very first Pokemon ever.
Technically, you'll pick Charizard, but once you get into the game, you start out as Charmander. And as you go through, there's like a little ticker above Charmander, and as you fight, as you get goals and stuff, you'll see that ticker go up 1, 2, 3, and you get to like level 4 or 5 or whatever it is, he evolves. And then it goes to the next stage where as you keep it, get a couple more levels, and then boom, your Charizard and your move set goes up, your special goes up, all this stuff. So it's fun. Like I said, there's strategy to it and all this stuff, and there's other little moments of chaos because you might get a legendary, or at certain parts of the game there's different like legendary Pokemon that pop up on the map, and if you or your team decides to take them down, like one of them will give your whole team a shield, and then for a limited time, but it'll decrease damage.
Like a cooldown
if
thing.
you go, if you go to this one at the very top, it will you follow it to one of the enemy goals, and for a limited time, it'll let you score automatically.
I've got to see this in action.
And then
I would actually watch you play this.
Yeah,
stream
That's
it.
what I'm saying. You should be just streaming.
I should stream it. Yeah. Toward the end of the match, the legendary Pokemon Zapdos shows up, and if you defeat it, all of your enemies' goals that are still left light up, and you can score on them automatically. And not only that, toward the end of the game, like your points are doubled. So I mean, the max amount of points once you're high enough level that you can carry is like 50. So I mean, if your team all goes and destroys Zapdos and gets through, you're scoring hundreds of points back to back to back, and it can just waiting to the end and taking down Zapdos at the end and making those few goals might be the difference between winning or losing. So there's definitely a lot to it. It's aside from that pay to win part of it, and once you get through, and like I'm not going to spend any money on it. I'm not going to spend
Right.
a dime. And I already feel like I'm doing decent. Like I said, there's times that you just get rinsed. It's going to happen because there are people that
Just know it.
it's,
Just know it.
money. They don't
Yeah.
care. They don't care. They're going to spend
Yep.
the money. Me, I don't care. I'm there to have fun. If I get rinsed a game or two, I'll get mad. I'll yell at it, whatever, and then I'm going to play again. I'll get back into another match and I'll do
Yeah.
great. So,
No skin off your back.
but that's Pokemon Unite. It's probably something I'll play casually for the next, probably at least the next month, and then maybe the shine will wear off, and I'll see if it's something I want to continue with
Hey,
or not.
free to play.
Maybe it'll last
Free
2
to
weeks,
play.
a week. Who knows?
After they look at the numbers and they're like, Brand's not spending money in this game. Let's do stuff in here to try to get him to spend money. And Brand's
You're not
like,
one
no,
of the
no.
whales.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to be a whale on this game.
Hey, the whole family's enjoying it. That's where it's at.
Yeah, that is.
And it wasn't $60.
Where's
We're logging in
Yeah.
every day. Also, if anybody listening is playing, we've learned that your daily stuff rolls over at about at least 8 o'clock our time.
PM. Okay.
Yeah. So you can log in, get all your stuff, do all your daily battles and whatnot, collect all the stuff you need to, and then about 8 o'clock, boom. Technically, in the game, it's the next day, so you can go ahead and get all your stuff.
That's when it rolls over. It's
Mhm.
important. It's 3 o'clock. No, it's not 3 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock Eastern on Halo every Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yep, you got to figure out that time when the new weekly challenges roll over and everything. Yep, service games.
Got to make sure you get everything before it rolls over.
Service
Yep.
games. That's where it's at. All right, that was Pokemon Unite. Anything else, Brant?
No, that's
Played
it.
the worst Zelda game, Zelda Phantom Hourglass.
Phantom Hourglass.
I'm just playing. And Pokemon Unite, the free-to-play MOBA on Nintendo Switch. It's coming to other things later, right? Like
I think
mobile?
it's coming to
Cell
cell
phones,
phones. Yeah.
coming soon.
It's going to be mobile eventually.
But Switch to start with, I'm sure, to see if it's going to be a phenomenon. Which it, I think already is. So we'll kind of keep progress with that. We'll check in with you, Brent, and we'll limit you to 2 minutes next time. Brent, you have your 2 minutes for MOBA talk. Go ahead. The timer starts now. I think that's it for us this week. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
See you.
Adios.